tailoring is a very complex skill or profession, but there are tricks and formulas that when you know, it can save you time, it can save you energy, and it can actually save you from problems. Today, I'm going to show you 3 tailoring formulas that can actually save you from stress and issues. Now, make sure you watch till the end of this video, because after these 3 tips, I'm going to give you one bonus trick that I learned after 10 years experience in tailoring. Tailoring is like wine. The more years you spend at it, the better you get at it, and you learn certain formulas and tricks that actually hasten your work and make your work better and faster. Now, the first formula I'm going to teach you after 10 years of experience in tailoring is how to determine the crotch length. Now, I made a video on how to take the crotch length measurements, but in a situation where you don't have the opportunity to measure the crotch length of an individual, how can you determine the crotch length even without measuring the person? Now, the crotch length is a very sensitive and delicate aspect in tailoring when it comes to measurement. There's a formula and a trick that I gained in my 10 years of experience that you can use to determine the crotch length. Now, this trick also works for both men and women. If you're a female, when you use this formula, it's also going to work for you. The formula I usually use to determine the crotch length measurement, and it gives almost 100% accuracy, is the hip round divided by 4. So when you have the hip round, you take the hip round measurement. When you measure the hip round and you divide it by 4, it's going to give you the crotch length measurement. Now, it might not be 100% correct, but it's either going to be a little bit over or under, or even exactly the crotch length measurement. Let's say you have a hip round of 40 inches and you divide that hip round by 4, that will give you 10 inches. Most likely that will be the crotch length of that individual. Like me, for example, my hip round is 40 inches. When I divide that hip round by 4, it's going to give me 10 inches, and that's like approximately my crotch length. My crotch length is around 9.5. So, but if you use that 10 inches, it's still going to work for me. So the formula for determining the crotch length in a situation where you don't have the opportunity to measure the individual you're sewing for, you can just divide the hip round of that person by 4, and it's going to give you the crotch length. Next formula I'm going to give you is how to actually determine the armhole of an individual. Now, some tailors ignore the armhole measurement, but the armhole is a very important measurement when it comes to measuring an individual for a garment, whether it's a shirt, whether it's a top, or whatever type of clothes you're sewing for that individual. Now, the armhole measurement, I usually take the measurement of the armhole, and actually have a video on how to take the armhole measurement. But in a situation where you don't have the opportunity or you don't have access to the armhole measurement of the person you're making a garment for, a cloth for, there's a formula you can use to determine the armhole measurement. Now, this formula works mostly for men, but if you're a female, you can actually try it out. It works for female too, but it works mostly for men. How I actually determine the armhole measurement when I don't have the opportunity to measure the person's armhole is simple. What I do is I take the shoulder measurement divided by 2. That's the shoulder measurement divided by 2. Now, let's say the shoulder of that person is 18 inches. My shoulder is 18 inches. And you divide that shoulder by 2, that will give you 9 inches. Most likely, that will be the armhole for the individual you are making that garment or that cloth for. Now, there are countless instances where someone might send the measurement of a person for you to sew a garment, maybe a shirt or a top for that person, and that measurement might not contain the armhole measurement. So in scenarios like that, what you just do is to divide the shoulder by 2, and that will most likely give you the armhole measurement. Now, if you're getting value from this video and you're really serious about upgrading your skill in tailoring, like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Luyasi. Hit the notification bell so that whenever I upload a video like this, you get the first-hand notice of it. And if you have any question whatsoever, hit me up in the comment section. Now, we'll move to trousers. Now, when you're taking a trouser measurement, you usually take the trouser length. Now, there are instances where you want to make a fitted trouser and you want to determine the knee position of that person. From the length of the trouser, you want to know the length of the knee, not the knee round, but the length of the knee from the waist. Now, in that instance, if you don't have the knee length measurement, there's a trick I use, a formula that I use that always gives me the exact position of the knee. And that formula that I usually use is the trouser length divided by 2 plus 1 inch. Let's say you have a trouser length of 40 inches. My trouser length is 40 inches. And you take the trouser length and you don't actually know the length of the knee, so that you can actually impute the knee round. When you don't know the length of the knee, just take the trouser length divided by 2 plus 1 inches. So in a situation where the trouser length is 40 inches, divide that 40 inches divided by 2, that will give you 20 inches plus 1 inch, and that will give you 21 inches, and that will most likely give you the knee position. Now, if you have your tape at home, you can actually try it out. Measure your trouser length. When you measure the trouser length, divide it by 2, then plus 1 inch, and it's going to give you the knee position. You can actually check it out with your tape at home. So now I'm going to reveal that bonus tip I promised you at the beginning of this video. Now this tip that I'm going to reveal, it took me years of experience to actually know this trick, and it works for me 100%. And this can actually help you in your tailoring business or your tailoring skill. Now in a situation where you don't know the chest measurement of the person you want to make a clothes for, let's say maybe you forgot to take the chest measurement, or they send the measurement and the chest measurement is not in the measurement they sent, what you simply do is you take the hip round measurement and use it as the chest round measurement. If you don't have the chest round measurement, just use the hip round measurement. The hip round measurement most likely will be exactly the chest round measurement. If there is even a difference, it's going to be just slight, maybe 1 inch or 1.5 inch or ½ inch. So, but most likely the hip round measurement will be the chest round measurement. So in a situation where you don't have the chest round measurement, just simply use the hip round measurement, and it's going to give you a perfectly fitted outfit. I have a ready to wear online shirt class. If you're interested on how to cut and sew a ready to wear English shirt, I give an A to Z teaching and tutorial on how to draft, how to cut, and how to sew an English shirt from start to finish.